What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a good day. We're about to get started here real quick, about 2 minutes. Um, you'll uh, you'll hear kind of the start. We're still working through this. Um, Again, still learning kind of this whole deal with the podcast, but and trying to go through the software with Zoom and all that. So yeah, we're gonna start here in about a minute. All righty. We're trying to get this all set, ready to go. And get back to Zoom here. Share screen. All right, y'all. Podcast number 2, episode number 2. Keep stepping. We are here doing it step by step. Oh, yeah. Throwing in the theme music from Switch Villa here. Yes. Dope track that he produced years ago. So we're grateful for it. All right. Let me just get this turned off real quick. And yeah, we're getting started here. I'm gonna mute this on this other side. So, what's up, everybody? Yeah, it's Seabass. We are here for episode two. Episode two um, of Keep Steppin'. We're really excited again for the opportunity to have this podcast and working through it. So, those of you that are watching on YouTube right now, thank you for being patient with us. And again, we are, starting. This is our second episode, so we're going through kind of a little bit what I talked about last time was some of the goals that we have, some of the stories that we want to talk about, just over the time of step by step, 13 years and counting. And yeah, we're just going to keep continuing to gather guests. We do have some guests lined up. We're just trying to work schedules so that we can be able to get them on here and ask them, questions and talk about this community. And again, we talked about last week about, sessioning, practicing, and training. So a lot of us, again, we're in different seasons of our life, seasons of our experience. And sometimes it's about sessioning, sometimes it's about practicing, and sometimes it's about training. So each one of those has a specific goal to it. And for us with this podcast, it helps us just to get our thoughts out about this community, about this dance, and about all the things that surround it, build it up, and make it run the way it does. So, again, my name is Seabass Clayton. I started Step by Step in 2011. And yeah, we have a great team behind Step by Step since then. And we're just moving forward all the time. We've had some really great comments over the week, just from people that we've gone to recent events of, and we're grateful for those that give us the opportunity to go and capture this community. And this week, we are going to be in Las Vegas. We got a few events that are going on. We may not be able to make all of them, but we will be going to, for sure, on Thursday to Bougie Block, Bonnie and Clyde, which is happening in Las Vegas. The night before is the Get Down, thrown by the Hybrids crew. That's going to be at Area 15. That's going to be a really dope, cipher event for people. And yeah, so we're going to be uh, working at that bougie block, Bonnie and Clyde. And then on Friday, there's another event going on in Vegas. And that one is going to be as well bougie block, and that's Queen of the Block. That's an all female event going on. So we're hoping to be at that as well. And then Friday night is First Fridays with Ninja Karaoke. They're doing their one-on-one freestyle that they do at the first Friday of every month. And that one's been going for years. So um, we may not be able to make all of the events, but we're definitely going to be at least two of them. As well, we have a special opportunity, which I'm really excited about because this dude's been a big inspiration to me for over a decade. He was one of the first doing YouTube tutorials, not even calling it a tutorial, just getting down. But Kundu it has been in Vegas for the last few weeks. Was doing some stuff with the Super Bowl and some other gigs and all that. And we're going to film with Kundu on Friday. I'm so excited about this, like, because Kundu, again, since I can remember when my crewmate Nate up in Utah was showing me videos on YouTube, just of the old school hip hop moves, the hip hop freestyle, the new jack, and also the house dance. He was doing these videos on YouTube, like, again, late early 2000, maybe 2010, 2011. And he's just posting these videos, and you can go on and look at them because the history of it's incredible. And he's still doing it. Yeah, he still throws up these videos on Instagram. He throws them up on YouTube, TikTok, and all that. So we're really excited to go film with Kundu. Joey Jam's gonna join us from the Step by Step fam from Hybrids crew. So yeah, we got like a cool location that we're gonna go shoot these videos. And again, I tried to get Kundu here to come judge and teach this event that I got going at the end of March here in St. George, Utah, but schedules didn't work out. So next year for 2025, we're marking it down. Kundu is gonna join us here in St. George. So yeah, so that's going down. I'm trying to think what else out there in terms of events. There's a ton of events. If you guys go on to our Instagram, Step by Step Dance, on our stories every day, I'm posting events that are happening all around the world. I basically, for I can remember when I started Step by Step, I just try to find events and just share them. And it just takes an extra 5 minutes of my day, which isn't much, to share these events and sometimes tag people. And I'm grateful for those that have shared our content and also shared our events, because it's important in this community to be able to do that. So as far as, again, starting off with the podcast, I always kind of want to start off with what's going on, and then also kind of go into what happened this last week. Again, we weren't out at any events, but we saw so many different events going on, from the V Battle out in Chicago, the qualifier that Prince Dabu was throwing. You've got all these different auditions that were happening. Salt Lake had the Red Bull dance audition. Shout out to Micah and Seth going at it in the finals, and Micah taking it. Yeah, so there's just, again, a lot of stuff that's been going down. Sometimes it's hard to keep up with everything that is happening in this community all around the world. There's probably a lot of oversaturation of posting stuff, but we do our best. Excuse me, to get on top of it and to share what we can. So as move forward, if you are not on Step by Step Dance on our Instagram, We also have a Facebook group that I've been doing for a number of years. I'm trying to think. It's if you go onto Facebook, you type street dance and urban events powered by SXS Dance, you will find us. I think we have probably like almost 14 to 17,000 people in that group, and we're constantly sharing events, just of things going on, that we can find from Facebook or Instagram. Again, we just try to keep everybody in the loop of what's going on, and how this community is continuing to roll and move forward. So anyways, yeah, so go again onto our social medias. You'll be able to find all that and figure out what's going on when it comes to this community. And yeah, as far as that goes, we have, again, just a reminder about Footprints Dance Retreat here in St. George, Utah, from March 28th through the 30th. We're really grateful to be having Pandora Marie teaching popping, B-Boy Ronnie teaching breaking. We got Addie Johnson. He's going to be teaching hip hop freestyle. Then we got Jardy Santiago teaching house dance. So again, we're really excited to have them. Jardy will be judging a house dance event as well here, a one-on-one, and that's on Friday night, March 29th. Pandora is going to be doing a one-on-one popping battle, and that's going to be as well on Friday night. And then Addison's going to be teaching a one-on-one, or judging a one-on-one hip hop, and the winner of that goes to Houston for Tribal Grounds. So yeah, we have those battles. We have a 17 and under battle as well. So we have 4 battles on that Friday night, March 29th, Staley Farms here in St. George, Utah. Yep, we rented a farm. It's really dope. It's going to be awesome. Earlier that day, we already have, I think, about 11 dancers signed up so far. We're taking them to Zion National Park to shoot videos, photo shoot, mentoring session. And I already scouted the location. It's incredible, just to have Zion National Park in our backyard for us to go shoot these incredible videos for Step by Step, and for these dancers, and to do a mentoring session. We just want to kind of make this more of an experience than just going to an event, going to a battle. So, and then Saturday after the workshops for the morning, in the afternoon, we have the 2v2 freestyle jam at the park. That's going to be for $500. Second place is getting $250, and then third and fourth, we got some gift cards. So pretty much everybody's getting something in the top 4. Hopefully in the next few years we can, give something to everybody, even if it's like $5 or something. I don't know. We'll see what we can do, what our budgets can work with, but we're definitely expanding. We're grateful for the support so far with the workshops, with the Zion package, going out to Zion National Park. We got roller skating on the first night. So again, we got a ton of stuff happening, and it's just going to be such a cool opportunity. It's only about an hour and a half north of Vegas where we're at. It's about 5.5 hours from LA, depending on traffic, of course. And it's only 4 hours from Salt Lake and about 6 hours from Phoenix. So if you hop a flight to Vegas, you can get a shuttle right up to St. George, Utah. Again, hour and a half. It's not that far. And we'd love to help accommodate you and make this easy. So stgoodtimes.com, or go on to Step by Step Instagram, stgoodtimes Instagram, or Footprints Dance Retreat. So with that being said, I was going to talk a little bit today about just organizing events. I think that's something I'm almost going on about 20 years of throwing events. And it's just something that you're always learning when it comes to events. You're taking a big risk. So I kind of want to just talk about what it takes, not just to only to organize events, but supporting organizers, supporting all the people that put in this work that make these events happen. I've been able to know and to learn from so many different great organizers. Cross One. I know even back in the day when I started throwing events, there were people who just inspired me in the way that they had thrown events. Just people who were DJs, that threw their own events. I remember the like first event in street dance that I went to was Polsky's Out for Fame. And I believe that was I can't remember what anniversary, maybe it was 10th anniversary, but it was in San Francisco. And that was like 2005, maybe 2006. And we literally went from a college town in Idaho and drove all the way out to San Francisco in California. But we didn't drive. We found this girl who was going out there to Sacramento from college. So it was like a, like a college board where we could find rides. And she was going out to see her boyfriend in Sacramento. And we all just hopped in the car. And then eventually we dropped her off. And then we drove her car into San Francisco. Like she trusted us enough that, we went to this jam. And I just remember how dope it was being at that jam because when we first walked in, we met Crumbs. Crumbs was there. And Crumbs at the time was huge because he had done uh, You Got Served and a bunch of other these artists and movies and TV shows. So Crumbs to us was like, yo, we're meeting Crumbs. We saw Machine. Like Machine was that just like dope dancer who got down with power, but also style. And meeting him, I believe Jabberwockies performed at this too, which was like one of their first performances. I'll have to like confirm that with Kid Rainin and some of the other old cats. But yeah, so that was like a real big inspiration going to Out for Fame, and the way that like Polsky had organized it too. Um, and I think I remember seeing like Crazy Legs was in one of the footwork battles, B-Boy Miracles from Furious Styles crew. Again, just meeting all these different dancers who are inspirations and just witnessing that culture, it really inspired me. And so I went back and continued to throw my own event in Idaho, bringing out dancers from different states and just trying to learn more about the community, learn more about the culture. One thing that I really did because we were in a small farm town, it was a church school, BYU Idaho, and one thing that at least for me, I wanted to reach out to anybody and everybody that I could because we're in a town that there's not really a lot of hip hop compared to, some of these bigger cities, even Salt Lake, Boise, surrounding cities that were close to us. So we kind of, and this is before social media, really. Like there's no Instagram, there's no TikTok, there's no Facebook. We really just had to go out and make our own flyers and go out. So what we did is we went into the schools. We went and performed at schools at whether it was the college, high school, middle school, elementary. We just whatever opportunity we could get, we wanted to reach out to this community and say, "Hey, come to our event. Come watch these dancers from around the country get down, in Idaho, or just in your backyard for those people." And so it was flyering, in the winter time when it's cold, like 1 a.m. we're out there flyering cars. We're going to the mall, flyering at the malls. We're performing at these schools. And so little by little, we were able to really just engage the community, getting in touch with Chamber of Commerce, arts programs, like whoever we could reach out to. And we had other people perform too. It wasn't just us saying, hey, come to our event. We actually invited different studios, different performers too. I think we had a pogo stick guy that was doing pogo stick tricks, and it was really cool because it kind of like it was part of like an extreme sport, which I feel like dance is definitely that, especially with breaking. When it comes to like X Games or now Olympics. So yeah, we were just kind of inviting different people to come perform, and that ended up bringing other people in. That brought more money through the door for us to meet our break even point. And I feel like I've been able to see that too with other people in this community who reach out again to their own community, depending on where you are. That same thing may not work in a bigger city when it's so many different schools and so many different sponsors or so many different chambers of commerce. because of, take like for instance a big city like LA. There's so many little towns within LA. It's hard to really reach out to everybody, but if you reach out to the community that you're in and kind of merge that to what you're doing and help give the opportunity to those other people, then it ends up helping your event to grow. And sometimes I think within this community, we think like, yeah, well, we just need to focus on, getting these dancers. And that's true. We want the talent, we want to get those dancers, but how can we get other people outside of this culture in this community where that is going to bring, it may inspire another kid to go take a class. It may inspire a family to come to more events because they loved your event so much. So I think that I was really grateful that being in that small town and being able to learn how to organize events. I was going to school for communications, so I was kind of learning how to do this within doing it myself. So it was kind of the education as well as like the street education of going to events, seeing how they're doing things, asking questions, and then coming back, throwing my event, and then asking myself, well, what did I do wrong? What did I do right? What can we do better? So over the years, we've been able to, throw multiple events around, the U.S. and around the world. And it's just been a great opportunity with starting step by step, because had I not thrown those events and had I not got into organizing events in Idaho, I definitely wouldn't have started step by step, because in my mind, when I was going to school, I wanted to originally be like a sports broadcaster. I wanted to, be like Stuart Scott and Dan Patrick and all these guys who were really inspirational on ESPN. But I fell in love with dance even more, um, learning about hip hop culture from friends who were in it, doing all elements, some just doing one element or two elements, DJing, dancing, graffiti art, MC, whatever it was. And so that really helped push me into throwing more events. I think 2008 was probably the last time I threw events in Idaho. But our event that we used to do was continuing on through a friend. Dance Battle University, Dance Battle Wednesday is something we used to do. Crossroads was another event that I threw up there, which was all elements of hip hop coming together in southeastern Idaho. So eventually, when I kind of moved on, I threw my first event in Arizona, 2010. And I'm thankful for my buddy Cameron, DJ Case, because he's the one that saved me. He surprised me because I was throwing a b-boy event, and the DJ that I had didn't really kind of know that music, and my buddy had walked in, surprised me, and luckily he had his external hard drive with breaking music on it. So again, we learn a lot of different things about even just going to events, right? If we're just going to dance, and eventually, learning how we ourselves approach events, whether it's as a dancer, whether it's as an organizer, a sponsor, how is this going to help us grow, and how are we going to help others grow? So, and that was actually the first event that B-Boy Mace, the Maya family, they came to my event, and that was B-Boy Mace's first event. And now to see like Mace doing his thing all around the world, it's crazy. It's cool to see. Again, that was a really crazy event that I did not prepare myself. I should have prepared myself, but we learn. And the next year is actually when I started Step by Step. So 2011 is when we started Step by Step. And I kind of just put the ideas that I had been doing through my education and through uh, wanting to have some type of ESPN style for the street dance community. Like, we need TV shows, we need conversations, we need interviews. Like, we need so many different things that ESPN has, but for this dance community. And there were definitely a lot of people that were kind of trying to do that. Yak Films, um, Strife at the time. And there were a couple other Funked Up TV that I remember worth doing that. So again, like throwing these events, 2005, it led me to start throwing step by step or doing step by step interviews and just doing what I could to uh, really showcase the dancers, showcase their story, showcase if they had brands, showcase, they have a job, but they're also dancing, or are they in the industry? Are they trying to make it in the industry and also, win battles and also have gigs within, is it Hollywood? Is it their own town? So yeah, and that was kind of around the time that All Styles was starting to get really big. The All Styles, throwing All Styles events. It wasn't Open Styles, it was All Styles. So that was another way that for me, just kind of like a trial by fire, was going to these different events and capturing, asking the organizers, when did you start throwing this event? Why did you throw this event? Like, what is the purpose for throwing this event? And I think that was something that, again, really gave me a structure to say, okay, I know this is the first thing I need to do, the second thing, and just line it up and keep it organized. And we know, because we've all been at events before, that were just, there was no structure to it. And I think that happened a little bit more, back in like probably the 90s, early 2000s, even into the early 2010s. And there's probably still people that do it now. They're taking that risk, they're taking that chance, which is great. If it's hard to throw an event, it's so difficult. And so we've all definitely been in an event where, like, man, why did I go to that event? Those judges, or, it ended at 1 a.m. and it should have ended at 11 p.m. I'm hungry. There's only 10 people left at the finals. You just you have to look at what's going on behind the scenes too, because there may be something that's happening behind the scenes that we don't know about. I've definitely been filming events where things have happened uh, behind the scenes, and it was more of like, okay, well, this person's flight got canceled, or this just happened outside and I got to take care of this. So there's definitely a lot of layers to an event. And just to kind of condense all that into what we're talking about with events is structuring, okay, when do I want to throw my event? What is the event going to be? What is it going to entail? And what is the end goal? Because you'll figure out, once you kind of answer those four questions, that everything that fills in, everything before, everything after, will come together. Having, again, just a structure. For instance, with footprints, I basically started promoting like October of 2023. One, because I wanted to lock down the date so that people knew what was going on and that they could lock it in and say, okay, hey, Easter weekend of 2024 is Footprints Dance Retreat in St. George, Utah. And that's going to be going forward too, because the city we work with, their arts festival is every Easter weekend of each year. So going forward, since we're connected with them, um, we move forward like saying, hey, like, here's when Footprints Dancer Cheat is going to be. So, and sometimes events come together a little bit later too. They kind of come together last minute. I've definitely known friends that have thrown last minute jams or cipher parties or whatever, but most of the big ones, like Red Bull, Silverback, Pro Breaking Tour, Freestyle Session, and then like Battle Fest League, all these ones, they usually already have their dates set right after. And now you're starting to see that too, even with other events. We go out to Tribal Grounds in Houston, Hot Zone Sessions every October in Arizona, Lord of the Land in July in Cleveland. And again, it's kind of the same thing for Europe and Asia, Middle East, Eastern Europe, and like I said, just being able to lock down. If you're gonna throw an event, make sure you have your date. Make sure that you know what the event is going to be and what its purpose is going to be, and then just fill in those details. I'd be glad to help anybody out there that's scared to throw an event, not sure kind of what to do or where to start. I'd be glad to help. It definitely does take a lot. um, I definitely get worried a lot because, and my girlfriend knows this too, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared. Like, I've got, I'm trying to get to like my break even point, and I'm trying to, reach out. I'm trying to promote to people. And especially with Step by Step, it gives us such a great platform, because we have that reputation for almost 13 years. And also my reputation of almost 20 years of throwing events. But still, even with that, it's a struggle to try to get, you know, friends in this community to promote my event, just to share it on their story. I'm like, yo, I've shared your battles or your workshops or your events for so many years. And so dancers, bless our hearts, right? Like, we do definitely support, but we're also like, I don't know, sometimes it can be a little bit shady not having that support from different people. But again, I'm grateful for a lot of people that have supported me in this journey, with Step by Step, with my events. And then, so yeah, I just kind of want to talk a little bit about that. I do know this week, especially with my buddy Omid, Body Poets, he's throwing the Mount Dora Movement Festival in Central Florida, Mount Dora, Florida, which is just above Orlando. We were having this conversation, and I'll probably have him on here soon to talk about that. Is just that we've supported and been at so many jams, and we've shared the event of so many other friends and people in this community that we haven't felt like we've received that back when just say, hey, do you mind sharing this? Or, Seabass is throwing this event, or Omid's throwing this event. And maybe we all feel like that. Maybe there are other people who have thrown events for years and they feel the same way, and we need to support them. Again, I think that's just kind of where we're at in terms of our own um, our own way of being in the community. Like, are we, just going to events right now and just chilling? Are we ciphering? Are we battling? Is our focus, are we battling? Are we ciphering? Or are we just showing up, just to support? Because I've definitely been, and we've all been in events where some dancers, they don't make it past a certain round and they jet, they're gone. They don't stay till the finals, So sometimes we're at different levels when it comes to uh, that in terms of events in the community. So again, yeah, Omid, go to Mount Dora, MTDORAMF, and that's on Instagram. You can see what they're doing. DJ Pharrell's gonna be there. I know Archie Burnett is one of the judges. They got some incredible judges. They're doing a showcase on stage. They're doing battles. They're doing workshops. They're doing parties. I think they got a karaoke party on Thursday night. So yeah, so there's a lot going on out there. Again, follow us on Instagram, Step by Step Dance, Step X Step Dance. Go to our stories, you'll see a lot of the events that we post. And please, yeah, if you can, make it out to St. George, March 28th through 30th, 2024 this year. We got battles, we got parties, we got adventure, we got workshops, we got good times. It's going to be great. Only an hour and a half north of Vegas. So hit me up if you guys have a topic that we want to talk about, that you want to talk about. We'll talk about it. Again, get out to events, support where you can. If you're trying to throw an event, just do it. Hit me up. I'd be glad to help guide you through it. And yeah, as far as dancing, when it comes to your dance, just keep growing, keep sessioning, keep practicing, keep training, keep ciphering, and just have fun with it. And next time on Keep Steppin', we'll kind of go a little bit more into the aspect as being a dancer and traveling and getting out and doing those things that will help us to grow. This one for the events, again, I just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about what it takes to throw an event and a little bit of my history of throwing events, organizing this event. And again, this is only our second episode. We'll keep it a little more structured next time. But thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in to Keep Steppin', episode 2. My name is Seabass, Step by Step, good times. And yeah, hope you have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday, and we'll talk soon.